Da-da. Da-da. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time.
I might swerve in that corner wall.
It's time. It's NFL draft. It's time for the 2025 NFL draft. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest event of the 2025 NFL season is happening right now. Well, the biggest until probably kickoff, as we wait to see the next 32 picks that are about to be selected, starting with the Tennessee Titans at number 1 overall. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Y'all better be excited. It is about to be a long process going through the NFL draft. But it is seeing if Shedeur Sanders will fall. How far will he fall? Probably, well, hopefully to the 21st overall pick would be where I would want him to end up with the good old Pittsburgh Steelers. The quarterback room of Shedeur Sanders and Aaron Rodgers is going to be legendary. And it's also going to be it's going to be great for memes. So that's what we're all here for. We're here to see the crazy things that happen.
As it usually does. That's us on that stage. Right outside, everybody, welcome to Green Bay.
Tyler Warren, you are a New York Jet. BS. That's not happening. 7th overall pick, no way the Jets take Tyler Warren. He's going to probably go to the Bears. Bears will take him, Pat. You don't have any gift of foresight. You have the gift of 2020 hindsight. All right? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at hindsight. You got great 2020 hindsight. Maybe the Jets should have taken just, you know, ain't no way they take it. Ain't no way they take it. Ain't no way they take it. They're going to take like a wide receiver. What's his name? Arizona receiver, McMillan. That's who they're gonna grab.
Number 9. Because it's that 2 and 3. You're getting the best players in the draft. And Travis Hunter, Cleveland.
Watch this Shedeur pick to Pittsburgh, though.
Best player on the board, quarterback they need.
The worst part about this kind of draft, though, is everyone knows who's going number 1. There's no mystery. It's just gonna be Cam Ward, and then watching the Browns pick Travis Hunter, and then probably watching the Giants pick Abdul Carter. Once we get to pick even 4, it's gonna be Will Campbell LSU. It's gonna be pretty predictable up until about 5. Is my guess. I think Jacksonville is going to make a particular move. They're either going to take Jinty or they're going to maybe go Mason Van, Michigan D lineman. Not entirely sure. It could be either one. It's going to be a long 3-4 hours. I should probably get a water combined with a light beer and then just keep rolling. Because that's what we do. Nelson jersey, oh my god. It's weird that it's in Green Bay, too. Just a bizarre thing. Everyone expected the draft to be in Green Bay. That says the Bears have the GOAT Cole Kmet. They don't need Warren. 0-8, no mystery. Cole Kmet is the best tight end in history. BBL Kmet. BBL Kmet. It doesn't work, though. It's not like it's Kmeti. Whoa! Roger Goodell's on the bike. Roger Goodell's riding around the bike. It doesn't work, though. It doesn't work the same. It doesn't work the same way. It doesn't have the same break it down. It doesn't have the same syllable count. It doesn't even have similar letter. It doesn't work. Bears might take that one, but there's no way the Jets take Warren, in my humble expert opinion. Oh my gosh. What is? Oh yeah, Lil Wayne is on the. Hey, it's Clay Matthews. Look at this guy with his man bun. Oh, and James Jones. Yeah, James Jones. What is this celebrity Avengers crew that they have at the front of the 2020? This is crazy. Is this what Green Bay is? Oh my gosh.
The Green Bay was too small for this with a population of 107,000.
I mean,
But
wow,
we have
holy
over
crap, that is a
125,000
sea of
people here
humans.
and still counting.
That is an absurd, that is insane. It is packed like sardines.
Obviously, Green Bay may be small, but it's mighty.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Thank you all for welcoming us here tonight. And
They're
hope you have a
jammed
great
like
few days.
sardines. It's like the SpongeBob meme where they all come around to his little stand. Oh, and there's like a big. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is jam-packed. Look at all the it's so green too. I mean, it's Green Bay, but you
Over
know,
the next
it's
3
so
days,
green.
we will welcome in
A little bit
the
of
next
purple.
generation of
bit
stars
of purple.
into the NFL and bring hope to every NFL team. And we may have a few surprises for you tonight.
What?
But first,
surprises.
Let's hear from some of
what are
your
you
Packer
bringing out?
greats. Please
Like I get it,
welcome
different people announce the
Clay
picks, but like,
Matthews,
let's go, Clay Matthews.
Jordy Nelson,
Jordy, where? Oh, show Jordy.
Mason
You gave Jordy
Crosby,
like less than half a second of screen. Mason Crosby.
Amon Green,
Yo. Why don't they do this in other
James
sporting
Jones.
events? They only do this in Packers. I remember this last year.
and Packer superfan Lil Wayne.
I thought he was also a Saints fan too. I guess it's good from New Orleans. And that makes sense.
I'm gonna go off script here real quick.
Also, why is Clay
Roger,
the
but
only
I
one
just
wearing
got off
green?
the phone with the president, Donald Trump. He asked me to pass a message along to all
Bro.
32 NFL franchises. So let me tell you what it reads here, all right?
What? Donald Trump has sent a message to the start of the
It says,
2025
my
draft.
fellow Americans, the Bears still suck!
Wow.
Let's go!
That's crazy.
Go Pack!
The Bears still suck. All that just to say the
Sorry,
Bears still
Roger,
suck.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Interesting. Alright. Oh my god.
Okay, Green
That's
Bay.
crazy. They were right about
It's time
surprises.
to get the show started. Are you ready?
Clay Matthews just hand delivering a
The
message to Donald Trump.
2025 NFL Draft
Interesting.
is now officially open. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
And Tennessee's on the clock. If this pick takes the full 10 minutes, I will be annoyed. Respectfully, this pick should not take the full 10 minutes, and yet it will. This is the one thing I don't like about the draft, is that every
And
pick
so those
takes
are
the
the words
longest
you've been
amount of time, like
waiting
including this pick,
since
when it
February
was
to hear.
never
The
ever
draft
going to get
is open,
traded.
the Titans are
This
on the
was
clock, and
never
here are
going to
some of
be
the
a pick that was
options
traded,
that
and
they
yet
have. Certainly
it's
the
going to
overwhelming
get traded. It's
expectation
going to
is
take
that
10
they will
minutes.
take
It's going to take 10
Cam Ward, the
minutes, and I got to
quarterback
fill
out of
that.
Miami, but Travis
Right now.
Hunter is available and
It's
expected to hear
absurd.
his name called
It makes
early
no
tonight. The
sense.
two-way superstar
It's
Abdul
ridiculous.
Carter, the pass rusher extraordinaire out of
Here we
Penn
are.
State, wearing the legendary number of Micah Parsons. Will he be that level of good on the next level? The two quarterbacks, Cam Ward. Again, we expect him to go number
Ward
one tonight.
and
Is it the
Shedeur
right
Sanders.
decision? We'll talk about it. Shedeur Sanders. Will he
Mr.
hear his
Cam
name called
Ward,
tonight
Mr.
at
Shedeur
all? That's one of the
Sanders.
big questions we've been discussing
Just follow
for
the
weeks on
Pittsburgh.
talk shows
Do me a
leading up
do
to
me a
this
small
night. The man
favor
who has almost all of the
and
answers.
follow the Pittsburgh all the way to 21. Just pass by New Orleans, no one trade into the top 20, and then follow the Pittsburgh. That's the quarterback. I don't want Jackson, and I also don't want. I could be fine with Jalen Miller, but not at 21. Like in second round, maybe.
The New York Giants offered their first round pick this and next year along with other picks. The Titans were sold on Cam Ward's workout. Their new general manager, Mike Borgonzi, came from the Chiefs where he worked with Patrick
Oh my
Mahomes.
gosh,
And
looking at these
Cam
people in the
Ward's
bottom left, they
instincts
want to be in
to
the frame
lead
so
and
badly.
feels the
Well, they
play
are, but like, oh my gosh,
reminded
they
him
working
and
for it.
them of Patrick
It's
Mahomes.
crazy how like
Now
so
they are
people get so
poised to put
happy
Cam
just to
Ward,
be on
the
the
fourth
screen
number
for like 10
one overall
seconds.
pick to work under
It's
Titans head
absolute
coach
bliss.
Brian Callahan joining Peyton Manning,
It's
Matthew
it's
Stafford,
amazing.
Joe
My gosh.
Burrow, and Cam Ward right there, Greeny.
Gosh.
All right, Shefty, thank you very much. So, Mel Kiper Jr., you and I have been talking about this on our podcast, the First Draft Podcast.
Jesus. All right, I'm going to go get a water while the Titans take the full 8 minutes to make this goddamn pick. It's going to take 8 minutes? All right, I'm going to go get a water while they take forever to do this. Alright, I'm back. I have returned with A, a water, and B, a beer. So, the way I see it... Oh my gosh, my camera's out of focus. Come here, little buddy. Come on, do the thing. Whatever, it'll fix itself. Alright, let's listen to a little bit of draft coverage.
Yards for the season. That's it.
Jimmy.
That's Axton Jimmy and Amarian Hampton in a game and a half. Are you kidding me? No running game, no offensive line to put up the numbers he did. He, to me, deserved to be. And I think I understand Cam Ward. You want a 6'3", 230-pounder. You want a guy with a rocket arm. You want a guy with 4.6 speed. It's not Shedeur Sanders. Cam Ward, stronger arm, more talent. I get it. But I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders, old school, pocket. You can win big in this league.
So Mel Kiper typing up Shedeur makes sense. Makes sense. I'm surprised we wouldn't be having up Jackson Dart as much.
The two things that everyone wants is great decision making and accuracy throwing the
I
football.
want to see him
You're going to talk about these two things, and it's the
Pittsburgh.
two things that Shedeur Sanders has built his
being
career
drafted by the
on,
Browns or Giants
and yet
really
we
bad.
continue to try
But
and
he gets
knock this
drafted
young
by
man down for things
like
that really
that.
people don't hang their hat on. He has
Somewhat
plenty of
decent franchise.
horsepower in his arm. He has plenty of mobility,
It could
as
be
you
worth it.
mentioned. I don't understand it either, but I'll
again,
tell you
like,
this.
See, he's on the
I
phone right
believe
now.
the Tennessee Titans are making the
He's
right
on the
pick
phone.
with Cam Ward because he does all the things that Shedeur can
Okay.
do, and he does have special
He is
horsepower.
on the phone.
And look, this comparison
It is
right here,
showing
the
him
style of play,
the
it
Titans
is like
manager
Patrick
on the
Mahomes
phone
in terms of the
calling
creativity
Cam Ward.
and the ability
Why
to buy
is it
time
still
in the
gonna take
pocket
5.5
and do
minutes?
things that are unconventional that may have you screaming
Like
at
that
home when
being-
you're watching on this
They
on the
made
TV
the
screen.
they showed like a
but
video
then
of
it
how
turns
the
out to
jerseys
be
get
big
made.
plays.
It takes like 90
Mahomes has
seconds.
made a living doing
Takes 90
this.
seconds.
Yes, he's with one of the
You don't need
greatest coaches
5
of all
minutes.
time.
You don't,
Andy
because you
Reid,
have it
who's found
already
a way
set
to
up.
harness
They've
it.
been
But
prepping
that's
for
what
this for
Brian
like the
Callahan's
last
gonna have
month.
to do for
Probably
Cam
longer.
Ward.
They're like
Harness
the
it.
second
Make
the
sure he
Super
does
Bowl
it
ended, boom,
judiciously.
they started prepping for the
Off
draft.
throw.
It's like the
Look
next
at this,
event.
buy time in the
It's
pocket,
literally
and
the
save
next
out to the
NFL
left.
event that's not,
And then
I guess,
throw
the
it like
Combine.
you're going to first base. It's just like
Let's go
Derek
Super
Jeter
Bowl,
playing for the
Combine,
New York Yankees.
probably since
But he
Combine,
puts it
they've been
on
playing all
the
this
rope
draft stuff.
and puts it right where it needs to be put.
Why is it taking 5
Patrick
minutes?
has done this time
You know?
and time again in the
It happens
NFL.
all the
Now I
time.
understand. Patrick done in the NFL. Cam Ward hasn't played a snap. This is just a comparison.
NFL
and you'd be
comp?
hard pressed to tell me
can't
that
be-
you don't see the same things that Mike Borgonzi saw that we're showing on this screen. And this
Cam
is why Cam
Ward
Ward's
is
the number one
Patrick
overall
Mahomes.
pick.
All right, Booger, so
That was the
settle
comp.
the tie here. I've got one vote for Shedeur. I've got one vote for Cam Ward. If it was your team, who would you select?
Really, for me, it would be Shedeur Sanders. And if we become enamored
What is with the media? Am I insane? Like, they were... Cam Ward was basically on blast these last 2 days. Comes out, draft media, boom. No like, now the announcers are actively picking Shedeur over Cam. For your team. For what? For who? For why? Why would someone... That I don't understand. That I don't get. What are you talking about?
The pick is in, and again, we expect it to be Cam Ward, though we've not been officially told that.
If
as
it's
of yet.
not Cam Ward, that'd actually be probably the most shocking
Again
thing in my
after
life.
that. So Cam Ward, a young man who began his
Right, like,
career at
because I had
University of
this
Indiana,
one pick that shocked
spent 2
me
seasons there, then went to Washington
was
State. Then
when
made the
Baker
switch
got
to
picked
that
over
into
Sam
last year's draft.
Darnold.
Changed his mind.
When Baker Mayfield got drafted number 1 over Sam Darnold, number 3, like, in the next, like, I think the first 10 minutes of that draft, it was like, oh gosh, they're actually going to take Baker. Like, I didn't think that until, like, the first 10 minutes of the draft. I thought Sam was going to be the number 1 pick. I was wrong.
The Tennessee Titans need a quarterback badly. The commissioner, I'm told,
Even in the 10 minutes, I said, there's no way they take Baker. Baker's, like, not... Sam is more of a size to play in Cleveland. I mean, Baker proved me wrong, but still, I feel like... Oh, pick is in. Here we go.
Number 1.
All right, here we go. What do we think?
Come on.
What do you mean, come on?
With the first pick
Everybody boos
in the
you.
2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
There it is. Cam Ward, the number 1
As
overall
we
pick.
said, he made the right call a year ago. Going back to school, finished 4th in the Heisman voting in his one
There it is.
season
Kaboom.
at the U.
Cam
Started
Ward
57 games in college, and
has
I am
been
being
drafted
told as he
number 1
makes his way to the stage, we will watch Cam Ward make his way to the stage, but I'm being told we have major breaking news. Adam Schefter, what
Wait.
do we have?
All right, Greeny, we have the first trade of round
First trade?
1. The
What just happened?
Cleveland Browns have traded out of the 2nd overall pick. They're moving
shoot.
back
Ah!
to number 5 to the
traded
Jacksonville
up to 2.
Jaguars spot. In return, the Browns will get the number 5 overall pick, a 2nd-round pick, number 36, a 4th-round pick, number 126,
What?
and the 1st-round pick of the Jaguars in 2026.
This is Travis Hunter.
The
Travis Hunter's
Jaguars
going to
in turn
Jacksonville?
get the number 2 pick,
No
a 4th-round pick,
shot.
and a 6th-round pick.
It's not happening.
The Jaguars are on the clock. The youngest general manager in the NFL, James Gladstone, at the age of
No
34,
way.
new regime in Jacksonville, is taking a huge swing at the 2nd pick, and they are targeting
gotta be Travis Hunter.
That
Holy
is a
crap.
remarkable
Who was
development
that? Who was
immediately
that?
here. And so as you
That
see
first
Cam
rounder
Ward
next
having
year,
his moment with the commissioner,
other
this is
second-round pick
something
this year.
that we knew would happen. We did not know we would have a trade as early as number 2. Mel, Jacksonville giving up a lot to move up here.
Wow.
Is Travis Hunter, if indeed that is the player,
That's a
is he
lot.
worth all that they
That's a lot
apparently
for
are giving in
Travis.
return?
Think about Jacksonville right now. Liam Cohen, right? Head coach. He wants offense. There's no question. Help out Trevor Lawrence, right?
I mean, I'm
What
glad
can Travis
Cleveland
Hunter
doesn't
do?
get him.
He can bring you juice
I'm
to an
glad
offense. He
Cleveland
can be a
doesn't get him,
playmaker. He can be a
but,
touchdown maker. They need help at corner. That's a neat area for the Jaguars. He can be strategically
Holy
working
crap,
at
that's
quarterback
crazy. You
late
get-
in the first half.
you
late
get like
in
a
games.
freak
These games
athlete.
are decided in the
This is
4th
not a
quarter.
player we've
Travis
seen
Hunter, the Jacksonville
like that
Jaguars,
at
all about
all.
Trevor, all about the cornerback spot. 2 for the
my
price of
God.
1. Travis Hunter is, in my opinion, the
Yeah,
best
this is a
player in this
refresh, so
draft.
we can-
I don't think, when you think about what he
Okay,
can
they
do,
still haven't updated
I
this
understand
board.
it's tough
That's
in the
just the
NFL
NFL
to play
website.
both ways. It's going to be very difficult. He may not be able to do it more
Oh
than
my
a year or
God.
2. But I think you can always
That's
work him
nuts.
in on the other side of the ball. He's going to be
Holy
offense with Trevor,
crap.
and then on defense with the cornerback spot being the neat area. He'll
What are
figure it out. He has
the
not
Lions
had the
estimated
benefit in
for
college up
as
until
I
this
shall.
point of being able to just focus
As I'm
on one
doing right
position.
now.
So how
That
can you be
is
great
nuts.
at one spot when you're playing
Who was
both
the-
ways? You're out there
Let me
all
look
the
at this
time.
again.
Yeah,
Hold on,
he
hold on,
was.
hold on.
He's special, and for Jacksonville to give up what they did, it tells you they believed he was the number 1 player in this draft, and they needed him on both sides of the ball.
Nah.
And Greeny, we're talking about a uniform, something we've never seen.
Holy, all right, I'm gonna let them talk. Holy crap, that's crazy. So we just got Travis Hunter going too. I still need to see the picks again. I need to see the full, because it was, I heard a 1st-round pick next year. I heard 2nd-round pick after this. I heard, I want to say a 4th-rounder was in there. And obviously the Browns moved back to 5, but moving up 3 spots to go get Travis Hunter. Wow. Everyone had Gene T too. No one thought that was going to happen. I thought it would have been someone for a quarterback. Or maybe if you're Cleveland just getting more picks, trading up later to go get like a QB. Wow, they're not taking Hunter. Holy crap. And this is why, and this is it. He's the best prospect on the board. I mean, why not? I think the reason they don't take Gene T is because they have ETN and Bigsby. They don't really need another back. As good as Gene T is, they don't need another running back. And I think Travis Hunter gets you. So if you really wanted, you could have him play both positions. It's a really good actually spot because Jacksonville just needs so much help that you'd be totally fine with him playing 2 positions. Like, it's nuts. Okay, this was the trade. The Jags get the 2nd overall pick. They get a 4th and a 6th, and the Browns get next year's 1st, a 2nd and 4th in this draft, and a 5th in this draft. Okay, so they're basically, that's not horrible. That's not, is that good or bad? That seems fair, because Jacksonville's still getting a couple of their picks back. Like, they'll get so they're giving up basically a 4th round pick swap, and then they give up a 5th. Cleveland gets a 5th. Jacksonville gets a 6th. That's actually not. That's actually very reasonable to move up those 3 spots if the player you're getting is Travis Hunter.
These two sides have been working on this trade for 2 weeks, and it changes
2 weeks.
the shape of this draft and Cleveland's approach to quarterback, because the Browns now have 2 second-round picks at the top of this draft, and they also have 2 1s next year in what's expected to be a more quarterback-rich draft. So they could opt for quarterback here tonight or tomorrow, or opt for 2026, but they have options. And the Jacksonville Jaguars instead have what they believe will be the best player in the draft. They're moving up to get that type of player. A huge swing from both teams, but both sides believe it's worth it.
So Travis Hunter's going to be a Jaguar. Well, if they've been working on this for 2 weeks, does that not mean that Cleveland intended this to happen and Cleveland knows? I would assume Cleveland knows. Listen, if you're an NFL team going into a draft and you don't know your plan, that's a big problem as it is. But is Cleveland going to go QB in this class? I mean, if they don't, you just assume they're going to be bad this year. Which, I mean, people kind of already thought it. Pick is in. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Jacksonville is... Well, actually, that's just the draft. That could just be... Nah, he's getting a call. He's getting a call right now. Yep, he's getting a phone. Oh no, he's dapping someone up. Oh, then he's getting drafted. This is a good pick for Jacksonville. They need talent in any way, shape, or form. They got a guy who can play 2 positions. That's crazy, though. I would never in a million years. Never in my life would I have thought. Now it's cold. Now I'm cold in the room. I'm the coldest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get that off me. Here it is. The pick is about to be announced.
Made immediately, and the commissioner making his way to announce the trade to this crowd and the 2nd pick in this year's draft.
It looks like he's tall, he's big.
While we are here tonight to celebrate the 32 young men entering the NFL, I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who's made a profound impact on and off the field.
Is it Eric or Eric?
The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes one player each year who best represents greatness and compassion, both on and off the field and in the community. Tonight, we are proudly joined by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Eric Armstead.
Let's go. What an underrated player. Like him. Well, obviously I like him more now. He's up with Walter Payton. Duval. Dude, man.
Let's go! I want to say thank you to the commissioner.
There's nothing like
Thank
this.
you to the Payton family and the NFL and Nationwide.
You can keep your errors
and
to
also
it.
too.
This is the best. This is one of the best sporting events you can go. I think you can go to. That is not
and act upon it.
An actual game.
Use your platform to make your community, the league, and this world a better place. As we remember Walter Payton,
especially if you're up there in that little front section, like underneath the pavilion, like, oh, goated. Everyone's packed like sardines, though. I think. I might be wrong. There are definitely some other events.
We have a
trade, very good, but still very good.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the 2nd pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, that sounds like crack.
And with the 2nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter.
There it is.
Wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
Wow. Wow. That's...
That's right.
He's got swag. Look at me swag, too. He's got a pink suit. bright pink.
Star on both
Pink
sides
and
of the ball,
black.
but
He looks
making
like
history is
kind of looks like a
nothing
Batman
new for
villain.
this Heisman winner.
I feel like
He
it
was
would be
widely
like
considered the
he's
best
dressed like
player
a
in the
Batman.
country coming out
A
of
lot
high
of-
school in
I
Georgia.
guess just because he's in a suit.
Chose to play
I
for
don't know.
Coach Prime at Jackson State, making him the
That
first
is a
five-star recruit
that's
ever
a
to play
crazy
in an
trade.
HBCU.
Oh my
And
God,
last year at Colorado,
hyped.
he became the first player ever
Dude,
to win the
that is sick.
Biletnikoff Award as the nation's top
All-purpose.
receiver and the McNamara Award as the best defensive
He
player
is so
in the
hyped.
country. And now he is the second pick in the National Football League draft. Mel headed to Jacksonville.
What Brian Thomas Jr.
It is so
and
awesome to see people that hype, though. Like, dude, look at him. Look, I think it's funny how you look at the TV like, yeah, look at my hat, man. Oh my gosh.
Talk about the ball skills. How about the football?
I hope he is a Hall of Famer. I hope day one he comes in and is catching like touchdowns and is getting interceptions. To me, this is like, you know, like the season Saquon had last year. To me, that's what this feels like. It's like, oh, raw energy, beast, awesome. I can't wait to see this kid play. And like, I don't know why. I don't normally like Jacksonville, but I like I like and love Jacksonville. But I also dislike and hate Jacksonville, just as a sports team. Because I want them to be good, but like, why would I ever think that they would be? Like, even this past season, I was like, you know what? Because they made the playoffs in Trevor Lawrence's year 2, and then year 3 they kind of fell back to it. It was like year 4, Trevor Lawrence turns around. No. Like, dude, the combination of him and Brian Thomas Jr., him just playing cornerback potentially too, like, honestly,
And you'd be foolish
I'm
not to
here for it.
utilize him as such.
And when you're getting 2 for 1, I think you have to.
I am
It's
here
important to
for
talk
it.
about the stamina. Guys, it's hard playing football on one side of the football. Lewis, you know, you and I play deep. It's hard to
Oh
play
my
defense.
gosh.
And then to go
All
sit
right,
in the
let me
bench and pop
update
right
the
back up
board.
and get back up and play offense.
Let me get
I
the
don't think
board
America
refreshed.
understands the stamina that
Oh, it
this
already
young man
updated
has
for me.
and how
Hey,
hard he
look at
works
that.
all
I didn't even
season
need to go to the...
prepare himself. This is truly
Heck
something,
yeah.
Greeny. I've been around this game a long time. I've never seen anything like this.
It's a reasonable question to ask how much he can play on
So now the
both
Giants
sides of
are on
ball.
the
We
board.
understand that he can play
It's
one
a
side
dual
and
Carter,
dabble
right?
on the other, but
I mean, the
realistically,
order is still
as
the
brilliant
same.
an athlete as he is, and I sell him short,
Unless
in no regard
Shedeur,
he's as good as we've seen
two Colorado
in a
players in the
long
first
time.
3 picks,
Can he
doesn't
realistically play
happen.
full-time on both sides of the ball?
If it does,
You're not
that
gonna
quarterback
play him
room in New York
120
is
again,
just
you're not going to play him
hilarious.
120,
but
130 snaps a game for 17 games and expect him to last a decade or longer. It's just not going to happen. You have to be judicious with it. Again, like I said, it has to be a
Judicious
60-40,
with it.
75-25,
You hear that? You gotta be
70-30
judicious
type of
with
split. The question is,
You gotta be judicious
Is
with
it
it.
primarily offense or defense?
All right, Molly McGrath is standing
Oh,
by.
he wears
She's got
glasses,
the number
too. Dude,
2
he looks
pick in the
studious,
draft.
too.
Verizon
That's
Business
look at
takes
that.
us down to the stage. Molly.
Thank you, Greeny. Travis,
You looking
Jacksonville
studious.
traded up to get you. What's your reaction to how all of that unfolded?
I mean, they ain't talking to me since the combine, so I'm super excited to be able to go back home and be able to play for an organization that thought I was worthy of trading up and getting.
What kind of conversations did you have with the Jag staff about
His
where
hat
they
just
see
says
you playing for them?
Duval.
I mean, they told me they was going to let me go out there and do what I do, so they put me on phone with both coordinators, so I'm going to just go out there and just do what I can do.
Travis Hunter, a history maker, the first player in the draft era to be announced at both positions, receiver and defensive back. Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Greeny.
You mentioned that he's going home, Molly. His hometown in Georgia is about 374 miles from Jacksonville.
I
And we
love
talk
that.
about the history that he is making. Well, we are
so
in the shadow
this is exciting.
of Lambeau Field, the legendary Green Bay Packers. Don Hudson is the only player in NFL.
Giants pick is in. We're gonna wait on that. I'm gonna try not to get hit with. You know what's interesting? I don't think I've seen a commercial yet. I don't think I have so far, and we're what 30 minutes in. It's been all coverage. So very good job on not making me have to watch like a stupid pig wheeling around in a car. Very good job, ESPN. You're figuring it out. You're doing what you need to do. Oh, man. All right. So Abdul Carter has to go 3. That's the math here. But that's a very good pick. I didn't talk enough about Cam Ward, but to be honest, everyone knew that was going on in the last month. So everyone knew it was going to happen. The one thing I don't understand is, like, I made a meme about it, I made a meme about it today, about, like, how Tyler Lockett gets signed. It's just added to a long list of players for the Titans that have not They've just been old or washed, or like are well past their prime and are not going to do anything productive for the organization. Like, what are you doing? All right, hold on. Giants pick is in.
I'm going to find out who's going number 3.
Here it is.
With the third pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Abdul Carter.
Okay. No shock there. So another pass rusher. You had to Kayvon Thibodeau. He looks like Thibodeau. Like when Thibodeau got drafted. Right, like remember. He looks very similar. I vaguely remember a haircut maybe? Or I'm confusing with someone else. I feel like... Oh, he looks like Saquon a little bit actually. I'm thinking of Saquon.
And Mel was all over the field in that semifinal loss to Notre Dame, which
another Penn State.
Final game as
I'm right on that, right? Saquon was Penn State. Another Penn State player in the top 5. Let's see how well it works out this time. Only one way to know for sure. I gotta tell you, what is he wearing? He's got a chain and some like...
Double the number. So bottom line is, when you put him off the edge, you can play him off ball.
I mean, it looks comfy. It almost looks like a Snuggie. Like it's got the build of a Snuggie.
Did a really good job there. The bend,
like pajamas, like just a move all the way down.
I thought he was exceptional. The foot injury kind of clouded the issue.
So Abdul Carter goes 3.
That thought maybe would push him that but it did not. The New York Giants
looks,
had 2 edge rushers.
it's not like a suit exactly. It looks flexible. It looks like a flexible. Oh, it's like a jacket. Okay. It looks like a jacket.
Bottom line is you're getting a guy off the edge this year.
It looks very comfortable.
Like Micah Parsons.
Like it looks like I can go to bed.
And just like Parsons, this kid resembles that type of player.
23.5 tackles for loss. Those are the most in
what a team in
FBS.
their division in Philadelphia did with that defensive line and the way they dominated Kansas City in the Super Bowl and the way they were so stacked on the defensive line.
Carter, let's go! All right. Giants off. New England is up at the 4 spot. We'll update that for Abdul Carter. New England is up. Who does New England grab? All right, it's Campbell. Is it not Will Campbell, the LSU tackle? Because you're not... The only receiver that you could have taken, like, one would have been... This high would have been Travis Hunter. Unless you intend on trading back. I still don't get why they weren't more aggressive. Like, give up a little bit more for T. Higgins? I don't like, what are we doing? Or better yet, just don't sign a receiver that's in his 30s and just tore his ACL. Like Stephon Diggs. Oh my God, look at that height on Abdul Carter. Just watching this play right now. Doesn't he also? Look at that patience. Oh my gosh, she's a monster. Against Notre Dame on the outside. Coming around the edge. Oh my gosh, look at the pursuit. You ain't getting away, buddy. Bring him down for a loss of, I think, 2. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Outside, dip underneath. Chase him. Got him. Got him down. Boom. Almost went to Penn State. I think I still have an old hoodie. It just doesn't fit me anymore because it's tiny now. Also probably shrunk on the wash. See what he has to say.
Like, after your name was called with your dad and the rest of your family.
Yeah, it was surreal. I wouldn't be here without him. I'm just blessed. Thankful for my family. Thankful for everybody who helped me get to this moment. And I can't wait to celebrate this moment with my family.
You grew up in Philly. You grew up an Eagles fan. How are you going to bring the Giants back to dominance in the NFC East?
Yeah, I'm all New York. New York getting everything from me. All the passion that I have, all the love that I have, all the excitement. On third down, I'm going to get loud. I'm going to get that big play, make my best pass rush, make that big explosive play.
All right, congratulations, Abdul.
Thank you.
Greetings.
I feel like he was nervous there a little bit.
Hi, Molly,
but I mean, who wouldn't be?
Abdul Carter is the
I don't know, but that happens
third
sometimes. Like, I just do
defensive
someone over
player
my words.
selected in the top 3
I get a little
overall by
nervous.
the Giants in the common draft era. The others,
The thing is about this draft, I think it's been very clear. There's only like
Carl
5
Banks.
really like
Travis Hunter is
prospects
off the
that are
board.
like
How
locks
about
to be
his
great.
college teammate,
Like Travis
Shedeur
Hunter, probably
Sanders,
one of
waiting
them. Carter's
to hear
the
his
second
name
one.
called as round 1 of the NFL draft continues from Green Bay.
What is
on
Canton,
ESPN?
Texas? What is? Who is at Canton? I don't understand that.
The 2025
Right, now it's about it.
NFL.
Yeah, okay. 25, yeah. Nobody needs to know that. We have, 29 picks to go. And we are, but this is the other thing too. The draft does, so for 32 names, and I mean, even then, like, I'm probably not going to do a day 2 or a day 3 just because those are even absurdly long. Like, day 2, I think, starts at 6:30, and then, like, day 3 starts, like, 12:31. I might be overreacting there, but that's still, like, long. So, Abdul Carter, of the three that dude, I am still freaking out about that Jacksonville pick, dude. People in Duval gotta be freaking out right now. Because, I mean, you thought Genty, but now the question is, who takes him? Where does Ashton go? Because a lot of people in mocks were saying Ashton Genty is going to be a Jaguar. That doesn't happen. I think who won the trade? Depends on who Cleveland takes. And obviously it depends on like the other picks. But honestly, it depends on who Cleveland takes with their first pick. Because to me, if you trade back and you get like... I mean, you still get a little extra picks. But the thing was, I heard that trade and I thought, okay, it feels like Cleveland just got a lot of picks there. They really didn't. They just swapped a lot of picks. Like, Cleveland just moved up in the draft. They didn't really... I think they got one additional pick. They got a second rounder, which is very good, but everything else was pick swaps. Like, I think Cleveland just moved up in the draft a little higher. So they have, like, more leverage, I guess, to potentially trade up later or to trade down and try to do it again. But to move up 3 spots, give up a second-round pick, and get a player that I think is going to be more impactful than Genty would be, I think that's a good deal. Because I think if they did take Genty, he'd be good, but it'd be like a Bijan Robinson thing. Or he's in Atlanta, but he's not going to be very good until his quarterback starts playing well. Like, until he gets a quarterback or his quarterback starts playing well. Like, right now with Trevor Lawrence. Also, and I think what's interesting now is with Travis Hunter, he's going to play both positions. He's going to play wide receiver and corner. The only thing I'm worried about is that he just overworks his body. But if you have Travis Hunter and he's good alongside Brian Thomas, Trevor Lawrence got no excuses. Like, this is the put up or shut up year for Trevor. And the crazy thing is he's already paid. Like, he's already under a massive contract. And the fact of the matter is he's overpaid as is. And it's like, how do you move that? You probably can't. Like, it's just not an easy contract to move if he doesn't play well this year. Like, let's do this. I've also seen, there were memes where they compared Trevor Lawrence to Daniel Jones. You gotta watch film, man. The statistics are similar. It's like 2 different worlds. It's 2 different worlds in watching those 2 quarterbacks. Then again, Trevor's not like up there with, Allen or Burrow or Lamar or Mahomes, which is what he was supposed to be when he was drafted. But it's Jacksonville, man. Like, what do you want him to do? Respectfully, like, there's only so much.
By Tennessee. Number 2, all heck broke loose immediately. Jacksonville trading up from number 5 to number 2 with the Browns.
And now
Travis Hunter, the sensational 2-way star out of Colorado. Number 3, the New York
You know what?
Giants.
I'm happy he's out of the division.
Needy, but
keep him out of the division. I'm glad he's not there.
Carter, the defensive end from
That's a win. That's a win for my Steelers. That's a win.
On the board, and their pick
Shedeur just falls another pick.
Shedeur falls another pick. To the stage to
keep going. Obviously, New England's not going to take him. It makes no sense. They don't.
Side of the ball, right? Look to go on and build around their young quarterback, Drake May. Here's the commissioner with the Patriots pick.
Oh, shoot. They're picking right now? All right, hold on.
The 4th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell.
Okay.
Tackle.
So that was the
LSU.
Oh, I like his hair. You got a good haircut.
He's a young man who has been a star
nice
for a long time.
Reminds me of like the Great Gatsby.
As the highest rated offensive lineman that state had produced in 7 years. Was a starter at LSU from the day he set foot on campus.
Ashton Genty also wouldn't have been like a terrible pick, but they're not like built. They need to protect their guy.
I've known him since he was 18 years old. He's always been a left tackle.
Oh my gosh,
left tackle at LSU, and he'll play left tackle in the NFL. I know there are concerns and questions about the arm length. He had that same arm length in the SEC where he lined up against the competitors week in and week out. You're talking about a guy who's a natural,
another 9 minutes.
elite
Cleveland,
athleticism.
what are we
he
talking
has the balance
about?
to recover.
10 minutes is absurd. Drop it to 8. I'm sorry. If you need 10 minutes, you guys are crazy. You don't need 10.
footwork is tremendous.
You don't need
has
10,
the ability to mirror and stay in front of defenders, and from a power standpoint, has the power to stop and anchor all the speed rush. But I think what New England needs to know what they're getting.
Pick, man.
They're
That
getting
pick
an
sucks,
alpha
and
in
you
the
know
room.
it. That pick's
A leader.
garbage, and you
If
know
you're
what.
Mike
That pick's
Vrabel, you're
trash,
coming
and
in
you
there
know
and
it.
you're
Come on,
bringing
man.
your character, your culture in there.
So now Cleveland's back on the clock. Question becomes now, what are they going to do? Right? And the reality is, you know, I don't know. Now I actually don't know. This is like, I was not expecting Cleveland to be at 5 at all. They might trade again. Like, I wouldn't doubt it if they traded again right now. Is it Gene T? Oh, if it's Gene T? Does anyone think it would be Gene T? Or do they trade again? If they don't make the pick at 4 minutes in, then I think that it's not Gene T and it's a trade. Because they could trade again. That would be the idea. Trade back again. Get a quarterback. And that would be that. But it doesn't... Does it work? No. I'm just checking things. Yep, Giants draft him. Patriots draft Will Campbell. Lessons for our teacher ability. Alright, sorry. I was checking my phone. I'm back. I'm locked in now. So now Cleveland's pick is on. I have no idea who it is. If it's Gene T, I'm gonna be a little steamed. I'm not gonna put on the audio though until the pick's actually announced, and I wait. If you do, wait, hold on. I gotta update the Patriots thing. Aha. There we go. Okay. Pick is in for Cleveland. Oh my God. Hold on.
Was Jacksonville trading up to number 2, and so the Browns are now on the clock. They will make the next selection, having traded back at number 5. In the meantime, Verizon Business brings us back.
If this is G&T, I'm gonna
be there with Will Campbell. Molly.
Well, you're just the second ever LSU O-lineman to be picked in the first round. I can see that you're emotional here. How meaningful is it for you to represent this program in the state of Louisiana?
Who was the first LSU lineman?
So much for me and my family, and for me to be able to represent them the right way. I'll never be able to repay them for what they did for me.
I know you spent a lot of time with Patriots staff and head coach Mike Vrabel. What do you like about the culture that he's building there in New England?
That logo speaks for itself, but you know, Coach Vrabel is a guy who I want to play for. He's a football guy, no BS, and I've loved everything that everybody in that building's about since the first time I stepped in there. So it's a complete honor to
Alan
be able to have this.
How did I know Alan Finagle was LSU?
For sure,
all right, I'm a casual.
Drake May has to be happy
Sorry,
about this
it's
selection.
official.
Congratulations, Will.
I am a casual. That is tough.
Well, you can hear the awe in his voice. What a wonderful moment. Reminder that this night is not just about the analysis, but it's about the opportunity for these young men. By the way, the older football fans in our audience will appreciate this. Mel,
there's no way it's a quarterback. There's no way they just trade back 3 spots just to now take Sanders. Or Dart.
John Hanna, who was 4th overall in 1973 and may very well be the greatest guard.
Is it Mason Graham?
No doubt about it. They are hoping that obviously with Will Campbell, you think about what he can be.
Tetero, I don't remember his name. Tetero McMillan
is going to have to be that franchise quarterback they hope he can become.
All right, we're at number 5 again. This is the Cleveland Browns. They traded back. Originally had the 2nd pick, moved back here to 5. And here comes the commissioner to announce the selection.
I'm shutting up.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham.
So it is Mason Graham.
Defensive tackle, Michigan.
Well, because the reason why I thought Ginty is because Chubb is not fully healthy. Like, Chubb looked like a sack of bricks last time. So I don't fully understand. Well, I wouldn't understand not taking Ginty, I guess would be. Okay. Huh. Really? Why was Mason Graham gonna drop? They're saying, I have it muted right now, they said they were gonna drop, but why? Oh, needs? No. I think teams are starting to understand. I think for the most part, if you're a team and you understand something, you take the best player available. Like, I get it. You want to build other things, but unless it's like an absolute glaring need, like Cleveland needs everything, Mason Graham's not a bad pick. Although I will say, I'm going to be honest, I think you should have tried, I don't think you should have traded back. Based on who you took, if it was G&T, I could kind of see it, but, because it's you know what, no. But there's no, like, I would have just traded back again, and just get more picks. Still, like, it's not like you're getting a bad player. Like, you're probably getting the best interior lineman in the draft, but, you know, I don't know what difference it makes. Alright, let's move this down a little bit, just so we can, because we know the big guys now who've been drafted. Boom. Alright, we're back. So now Mason Graham goes. Next is the Raiders. Raiders now are in very much G&T territory. Because if you think, and let's think about this. Pete Carroll thinks the move for Geno Smith makes me feel like you think you can win 9 games. That's the logic. I think Pete Carroll thinks he can get a winning season this year. I don't think you trade for Geno Smith if you don't think that, at least to an extent. So you'd have him, Brock Bowers, I guess Jacoby Myers, and then you would add G&T because, honestly, I mean, their running back room's not great.
Win a Super Bowl, so that's, my one mission coming in, and that's what I'm going to do.
I am Michigan man is going to the state of Ohio. How are you going to make amends with those fans after what you did to the Buckeyes the last 3 years?
I'm sure we'll get along pretty well coming here pretty soon.
All right, good luck. Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Greeny.
All right. Interesting. So they added their D-line. I mean, that's a good pick to pair with Myles Garrett. That will be a fearsome duo. I'll give them their credit. It's a reasonable pick. Makes sense. It's logical. You got to build in the trenches. Got to build on the D-line, got to build on the O-line. You keep doing that, you're going to be just fine. On the other hand, there is also now... I still can't believe Travis... I'm still hung up on Travis Hunter being in Jacksonville. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it not being in Cleveland, though. Oh my gosh, what? Hello? Am I, like, sweating from my nose? It's not the way my nose is running. That's absurd. Absurd and ridiculous. Absurd, insane. What is even happening now? Hello? Oh, did I disconnect from Twitch? Oh, we're back. Okay, for some reason something happened on Twitch, but we're good, I guess? I don't know. Looked like we weren't streaming on Twitch for a sec, but now we're back. Now the question becomes the Raiders. And what do we think? I wouldn't doubt it if it's G&T. Oh, I get the way you are. Alright, here we go. Raiders at 6. This is their pick.
With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Jeanty. Running back.
Wow, there it is. Ha-ha. His mom's got a crazy green dress on. That is super green. It's like a pear green. Or no, not pear. Olive green. Olive green. There he goes. There it is. Raiders have now 2 crazy young skill players. They get Jeanty in this draft. They have Bowers in last draft. If only they had a quarterback that was better than Geno Smith. But hey, you know what? Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. That's exciting. He's 5'8" and a half. 5'8" and a half. I thought he looks bigger. I guess he's thicker. Oh my gosh. And there goes Ashton Jeanty. Off the board, Jeanty at 6. And now we get to Tav Smith's New York Jets at 7. He was in chat earlier. He is departed since. But he keeps saying Tyler Warren, which is interesting. If it's gonna end up being Warren, it could be. Oh, he's next to the Raiders logo. At least he's happy. I know some people who would not be happy to play for the Raiders, but you know what? It's Las Vegas. Yeah, it's Vegas. Fair enough. That's actually going to be entertaining, though. Him and Browers. Because, like, those guys are going to be monsters, I think, in fantasy. Because where else is the ball? Who else is going to get the rock in the backfield in Las Vegas? And who else is getting the ball pass catching in Vegas? I wouldn't overdraft Bowers, but it could be wild. It could be a lot of opportunities for them for you fantasy fans. So the comp is Emmitt Smith. I get. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's hear. Let's listen to the comp.
Built like a bodybuilder, like a power lifter,
oh my
but
gosh,
he's got the jump cut ability to get that ball out on the perimeter, and then you just see the lower
blue
body
field is
power
always a weird one.
as he's weaving
like it's
his
always
way
cool, but it always
with like that
bizarre.
next level vision. He's gonna rip off plus 40-yard runs on the regular. Emmitt Smith, he did this on the regular at the NFL level. What was Emmitt's superpower? It was the vision. It was the lower body balance. The ability to see things that other people simply couldn't see, and he didn't have the kind of speed, the kind of breakaway speed that actually.
Interesting. Okay, so that's a thing, right? Oh my gosh! Look at him go! Oh my gosh! Look at him! Oh my gosh! No one can even. Raiders have one. Now the next question. Do the Jets take Tyler Warren? I've heard linemen. I've heard a lot of picks here. Most of them, I think the lineman Banks, I've heard either at this pick or a later pick. New Orleans is coming up. Could they take Shedeur Sanders? Right now it says the pick is in. The Jets have selected their player. Let's hear what Ashton has to say.
Standing up here now, an NFL running back top 6 pick. What would you say to your 10-year-old self?
Man, just continue to trust in God and your abilities and stay disciplined. All your goals and dreams are accomplishable.
Raiders' new head coach Pete Carroll loves to build a team around running the football. He used to coach one of your favorites in Marshawn Lynch. How will you bring beast mode to Vegas?
Yeah, I think just that same energy, that attitude he comes with, that nobody
there's
can
only
tackle
one
him
what?
on the football field.
All right, congratulations.
First Boise State first round pick since Leighton Vander Esch.
Thank you so much.
Greeny.
Molly, the Raiders
was good for a couple of years.
3.6 yards per rush last year, last in the NFL. Look at the celebration. Lone Star High School, Texas.
Oh my gosh, he had a Raiders shirt on?
A first-round pick in the NFL draft. We'll be right back.
Lone Star High School. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick for the to be hype up, to be like your high school alma mater getting super hype about. That's pretty sick. I'll give him that. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna check some stuff real quick. Oh yeah, he's. Oh. My gosh. Jets are on the clock. I might actually call it a little bit early just because I am sweating my nuts off, and I'm getting very sweaty watching this. That being said, I think Tyler Warren could be it could be an option, but I mean, don't you kind of want to protect Justin Fields a little bit? Like, protect him a little bit, make it easier for him to run outside the pocket, extend plays, right? Because last year, and Taft says this all the time, Aaron Rodgers couldn't move at all, right? So now you have Justin Fields. Yeah, he can move, but if he's just under pressure the whole time, like, it's just not a good thing. I feel like lineman has to be the pick here. It doesn't have to be, but anything else feels a little bit off. Maybe Tyler Warren. But for the 7th overall pick, it feels high. It feels very high when there's also, I think Colton Strickland, Loveland Strickland. I'm gonna lose my mind now because now I gotta know. Is it Colton Loveland? Colston Loveland. Okay, I was super close. Debating Manning. I'm debating Manning, okay? Oh my gosh. Debating Manning, dude. He got him. He got him in that commercial. Oh my gosh. Get a load of him. Get a load of Mr. Debating Manning, huh? Oh my gosh. Absolute primal screams. I just texted Zeph. We got a friend from high school who's a big Jags fan. Dude's probably freaking out right now. But the picks have been coming in quickly? Really? It doesn't feel like they have. It feels like they've taken forever. Jets pick is up. We're going to see if it's Warren.
Here comes the commissioner to make the announcement.
Will it be Tyler Warren? That's what Taft wants
With the
right here.
7th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Armand Membu, Missouri.
Okay, so the Missouri tackle. And we knew that. I knew that. I knew it wasn't going to be Warren. I know we wanted Warren badly, but I told him it wasn't going to happen. Respectfully, it was never going to happen. Your line was bad. This is still a good pick if you're a Jets fan. Warren could go New Orleans, but I don't. I'm not like. Oh, what?
Warren would have made a lot of sense. Tight end out of Penn State, but like Armand Mumbo's plug and play right tackle. They have to feel he will be a.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta say this. I saw the Bleacher Report notification on my phone. You know the comp they gave? Which is a bad comp, by the way. Like, this is the thing when you give comps, right? When you give comps, I guess you're comparing, like, players when they were coming out of college or, like, to the NFL players or whatever. The comp they just said was Greg Robinson. Do y'all remember Greg Robinson? No? Oh, because he was bad. Okay, he was a bad tackle. He was taking, like, the 2nd overall pick, and especially in that draft, which was 2014, that was a really tough pick. Granted, the Rams made up for it with Aaron Donald, but my God, that was a bad pick. So I don't understand why your pro comp is to compare him to a guy who was bad and busted and was not very good. Anyway, with that said, Armand Membu. Big Jets guy. Doesn't everybody love Armand Membu?
Since 2020, which is
I think he'll be
of any team in the NFL.
I want to say, yeah, that every guy will be good. The reality is about a third of these guys at least are just going to be flat busts. Like, they're just going to be mediocre to bad. Like
Jets, 2nd round selection, Marion Barber.
And, oh, yep. The Jets history.
Tight end, Nebraska. And the fans are letting you know which way they want to go. Kyle Brady.
And they took Kyle Brady, yep.
Mark Sanchez, quarterback, USC.
They loved Mark Sanchez, though.
Zach Wilson,
But,
quarterback.
like, they don't know anything. They just want what they want, right?
The New York Jets select Armand Membu, Missouri.
They're trying to get the same reactions. Reactions are not as they used to be. Like draft reactions, they just aren't. They aren't the same. They aren't. All right, let's update the board here real quick. Yeah, they're just not. They're not the same. You know, like you'd like them to be. They're not. They try. It's just never. Like, when was the last time in like the last 10 years that you even remember a big NFL draft like freak out moment? Like from fans. Like, I know people are always like who the hell's Tingus Pingus? Like, you know, that's the big one that I remember. That's for NBA. For NFL, I can't really think of one. Maybe did Roberto Aguayo get like a big like what the heck was that when he got drafted in the second round? Like, I was hoping he would at least be a good kicker. He just was a bad kicker, which is crazy. Cause like most of the time, like. It was, who was it? Ray Guy got drafted early by Al Davis. People were like, punter, first rounder, you crazy? And then Ray Guy's like a Hall of Fame punter. And it's like, you know, we need more crazy, intense reactions from fans. Although, to be fair, that's like, that move's not like a bad pick. It's just, in comparison, Ashton Genty just went before. Travis Hunter got traded up for, like, you know, it's just not a flashy pick. It's granted something the Jets need, but, you know, he's got to be a pretty good tackle, because he's not even the top tackle on the board. That would be Will Campbell. Generally speaking. Most people wanted Will Campbell. Will Campbell the top pick, yada, 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 all this stuff. Bada bing, bada boom, mati mano, si patatatu. There you go. Done. Boom. Easy. Did that. Done. Done. Done, done, did it. Done, done, did it. And that was it. That being said, you just never know, you know? Sometimes you sit around and you do never know. But you do, like you do to an extent. I'll go on my phone. You know, sometimes I'm out and about, you know? Some people get it, some people don't get it, you know, it's a little bit of reality. It's not crazy, it's not wild, it's just what it is. You are somebody. Dude, Adam Thielen? Every kid can be somebody. If they have somebody... I didn't miss the last part. I didn't see it was too quick. I didn't see the whole thing. I couldn't read fast enough. I was reading slow. But it was inspirational. Best available right now, we got Shedeur Sanders on the board, Tyler Warren on the board, Jalen Walker, Georgia linebacker on the board, Will Johnson, the cornerback out of Michigan, Colston Loveland, Michigan tight end. Colston Loveland's that good? I thought it was... So there are two really good tight ends to go in the first round. Huh. I didn't think it was that high of a draft pick. I don't watch as much college sports as I do like professional sports, but... Hey, we got Jay in the chat. What's going on, Jay? The Jets draft pick will be compared to drafting Kyle Brady over Warren Sapp. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought they needed a tackle. I mean, granted, I'm sure they wanted Tyler Warren. But, you know, it happens. You know, it happens. Oh, shoot. Pick is about to come in for Carolina. I don't know who Carolina's drafting, so putting on the audio.
With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Teteroa McMillan.
Whoa!
Arizona.
That's not who I was thinking. I thought they were going to draft the third tackle.
Oh, so that one isn't what we expected.
Teteroa McMillan. Whoa. Okay, so now you have him with Xavier Leggett. Xavier Leggett, Teteroa McMillan to pair alongside Bryce Young at quarterback and Chuba Hubbard out of the backfield. That could be, you know, that could win like 9 games and win the NFC South. Bryce Young.
Maybe Jacksonville, right? With Liam
That's it. Okay,
they had not moved up again.
Also, some of these players, they wear the craziest suits, man. They have some absurd suits. I've seen Gatsby suits. Like, McMillan's got a purple suit on. Saints are now on the board. I hope it's not Shedeur. I need Shedeur Sanders needs to fall to Pittsburgh, man. It needs to happen. I need something exciting to watch, and I need to see them fall at 21. If New Orleans sweeps him up right here, I'll be crushed. I will be so crushed right now.
He loves volleyball, right? Okay, hey, you gotta be an athlete to play volleyball.
6'4".
The NFL, you gotta love it.
He was like
6'4" against the great corners in the NFL.
His
production over a 3-year period.
All right, it's official. McMillan's gonna be a freak of nature. It's gonna be pretty obvious. Oh my! Oh! Oh, I need to watch college sports, man, because these catches are nuts. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a good receiver. That's going to be a good NFL receiver, I think. And in Carolina, Bryce Young needs all the help he can get. Da-da-da-da-da. Now New Orleans is on the board. Was Tyler Warren wanted that badly by Jets fans? Was that, like, who they wanted, like, by far? I thought it was a fine pick. I didn't think it was that bad. I gotta be honest. I kind of like... You need to protect Justin Fields somehow. Tyler Warren's gonna be, what, run blocking, pass blocking all the time? And not catching passes? I don't know. I thought Membu was fine. They weren't gonna get the top tackle. Will Campbell was pretty clearly going to New England, but, you know, it's gonna happen. Yo, I'm going assless chaps, flip-flops, and an OJ was innocent shirt if I get drafted, so I can get my right rescinded and sign with whoever. That's a stretch. Imagine imagine if Eli did that. He didn't want to go to the Chargers so badly. He's like, OJ was innocent, man. OJ was innocent. His booty cheeks are just hanging out. He's got the full dad bod fit like that he wears on the beach. He just shows up like that. Says, yeah, nah. Shows up like 6 brews in, just, oh, I can't feel my head. Oh my gosh. McMillan is good for Carolina, though. I know Taft's pissed. Taft said he wanted more at 7. But that doesn't seem to be happening. New Orleans might grab him, though. Because I don't think that New Orleans has a great tight end. I always think of Adam Troutman being booty cheek, and then right now it's DeJuan Johnson, undrafted guy. He's signed like 3 contracts. And he was drafted, what, 2020? Oh, New Orleans pick is in. If it's Shedeur, don't be Shedeur Sanders. Okay, let's listen to Tedero, see what he has to say.
Grandmother made, and there is a rich history of Hawaiian-born players in the NFL. How special is it to join that brotherhood?
Oh, man, it's a blessing. You know, at the end of the day, the people that came before me is the people that laid the foundation and set the precedents for me to be successful today. So, sure, at the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to put on for the Polynesian culture and, you know, make everybody proud.
You were a big play receiver in college. What kind of impact can you make on this Panthers offense?
Panthers hat is kind of lame. It just says Carolina at the bottom. There's no, like, keep pounding.
You know, I know I
got why not just say keep pounding on the hat? Like, I think the Jets, the Jaguars had at least Duval on there. The Raiders had a same. I didn't see the Jets one.
For this organization, man, I can't wait.
But I don't know, keep pounding. You can put that on the hat. It's your
Molly,
slogan.
Thank you very much. The New Orleans
why not run it?
On the clock, and as
longest active drought since drafting a first-round quarterback. Wow, the Saints haven't drafted one since Archie Manning.
In the first round, Archie Manning, in fact, is
Cowboys in '89 with Troy Aikman, and the Seahawks in '93 with Rick Meyer.
In the first round. Parenthetically, Troy Aikman is the only first-round quarterback the Dallas Cowboys ever took. Mel, you have been forecasting for quite some time Shedeur Sanders in this spot.
Just love the fit. I go back to Drew Brees. I see similarities to Drew coming out. Arm strength questions, similar size, right? He was
also
go
just
to
says autism acceptance in the background
he ends
multiple
up in
times.
New Orleans, wins a Super Bowl, right?
In
you
their
think about
draft
where we
room.
are right now with Shedeur
Like
Sanders in this pick.
I
remember a few years back when the Saints traded up in the first round. Thought it was going to be Lamar
The draft
Jackson.
is sponsored by Bud Light. I'm drinking Coors Light. I have a Jenny Light, so we are against the Bud Lights.
Former #1 pick overalls, and
we
Baker
keep
and
them away.
Saints,
way.
in addition to Michael Penix Jr.
We're
I'm taking Shador
not.
Sanders.
Let's find out if that's what
We're not
they've done.
drinking
Here's
any
the commissioner
sponsor
to announce the
NFL
pick for
beer.
New Orleans.
Get out of my face. Don't be Sanders, don't be Sanders, don't be Sanders.
With the ninth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr.
Let's go! No, Shador! Shador falls, baby! Shador's coming to Pittsburgh!
One of the most decorated
Yes!
in Texas history. He
Yes!
was an All-American as a junior
Kelvin Banks
last
was a
year.
good
He
pick.
won the Outland Trophy. He won
Kelvin
the
Banks was a
Lombardi
fine pick.
Award.
Ryan Ramczyk
He was
retired.
a starter as
Hasn't
a
played
true
since 2023.
freshman
They need a
coming
new
out of
tackle.
Houston. He started all
They gotta
42
protect their
games he
beaten up,
played.
run
And
down
that
car.
was a huge part of the resurrection
It's
of
fine.
Longhorns
This is a good
football
pick.
under Steve Sarkisian.
The offensive line
That's
this
just
year,
not
I
a
just
good
wonder who's
pick.
going to be playing
It's a good
quarterback
pick.
for this
It's
football
good.
team moving forward.
That's fine.
Think about where we are right now in that
Okay.
division. Shador Sanders is sitting there.
Now
You
we
said
wait.
Kelvin Banks Jr., who didn't have
And
a
now
great year at Texas. Now,
we
he was
wait.
banged up. There were times where some guys were
Autism awareness, the Giants front office. I honestly was wondering if they'd even take Abdul Carter. There was still a part of me that thought, you know, what if they took Jackson Dart? What if they took Jackson? Eli went to Ole Miss. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss. Still possible. It's never not. And the Bears pick is in already. Now we're getting the draft flowing. I was talking about this earlier, Jay. 10 minutes is too long. 5 minutes is plenty of time to make your pick and make a trade. 10 minutes is an absurd amount of time. And if you can't get done that time, you know what? Maybe you don't deserve the draft pick. Maybe you should be like the Vikings in like the early aughts. You just don't get, you skip you. We'll skip you, and then we'll just go on to the next one. Like come on. You gotta know what you're doing at some point. Kelvin Banks Jr., though, not a bad pick. It's gonna work. It's gonna be fine. They needed a tackle. They let Teron Armstead go to Miami for whatever reason. Didn't he? Wait a second. Speaking of Teron Armstead, I heard, did he or did he not retire? He did. He did retire. He did retire earlier this month. Huh. Well, still, I guess then Saints would have had to draft him this year anyway, whether they let him go or not. So it never mattered. Ooh, wait, hold on. Update on scheduling release? Let's listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, NFL fans everywhere, hold on to your hats because boy do we have an announcement for you.
Oh my
Live
gosh.
from the heart of the NFL draft right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's right, Colleen. The
Colleen Wolfe. Oh my gosh, Lord.
Lord.
Look at the combo of black and red.
Yeah, this is where we get to geek out
Excellent.
over every
Excellent.
single game and bye
Look at 'em.
week, the primetime revenge
That's a
and
sick red
rematches.
suit. You could
those
catch me
late
wearing
season
that.
divisional dates
red.
that
I
end
couldn't
up
wear what Colleen's
deciding
wearing. It's
playoff
a-
spots. And
Too feminine, but
who's playing at Lambeau in December? Ooh, we're gonna have to find out. You'll find out soon, okay? How about these rookies,
Wait,
the
what?
players who were drafted here tonight? When and
Are you
where
releasing
did
the
they make
schedule
their
or not?
NFL debuts? We're gonna find that out as well. Let's not forget the expanding lineup of international games as well as Christmas, Thanksgiving Day. There's so many captivating matchups. It's the best. Yes.
5 minute first round, 3 minute second round, then rapid fire 47. If you just doubted or mispronounced a name, you were no longer able to draft for that year.
Everybody, get it
Imagine,
together. Mark your calendars,
imagine you get like
set your
Vita Vea's
alarms.
real
The
name,
schedule will
and if
be
you
dropped
mispronounce it, you
on
can't take him,
Bum,
and your
bum,
pick just gets skipped.
May
You go on the
14th.
next one. Everyone gives it
There
a
we
shot.
go. Lock it in. We can't wait.
I've
You can
seen
tweet
the
it
video
out,
of Browning's
tell
name. I could
everybody,
never.
And don't miss it.
I
Be sure
tried.
to check out all the great
Yeah, and
content
respect. Like,
from
if I was
the
Vita
NFL
Vea,
team
I would
sites, the
force
club
people to
social
do it
channels
as a
around
bit.
the schedule release. Tune into
Like, I'd just make
NFL
people say his
Network,
name.
as well as ESPN. So much.
Like, you're gonna have to. You got no
coverage of the
choice. You're
thrilling
gonna say my name
2025
regardless. You're gonna
matchups.
say the
May
whole
14th just around the
thing.
corner. I know. It's basically
But he was
here
nice. He
at
made
this
everyone
point. Guys,
say,
get ready and
change it
buckle
Vita
up for the
Vea.
greatest
Give him
season of
something.
your lives.
The greatest
there you
season
have
of
it,
my
May
life, Colin Wolfe. Do you
14th,
realize?
which is a
Okay,
Wednesday,
hold on.
the
I gotta
2020
respectfully. I gotta address what Colin just said. The greatest season of my life. The greatest season of my life is obviously the Steelers win a Super Bowl. If they don't win the Super Bowl, how could it be the greatest season of my life? You know, one of the greatest season of my life that wasn't them winning the Super Bowl was like 2015 when Cam Newton was MVP and Candy was tasted great. And Von Miller just was in Tom Brady's nightmares. Before 28-3, before all that, that was the best NFL season of my life. It'll never get close again. Nothing, unless the Steelers win the Super Bowl, nothing will ever get close. It just won't. You can try. It's not going to work. It's just not. Bears pick. Here we go. Is it Warren? It's going to be Warren, isn't it?
Yesterday, the NFL family lost a true legend.
Who passed?
Bears Hall of Famer Steve McMichael.
Oh, dang.
My heart is with the McMichael family during this incredibly difficult time. Misty, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. Mongo's remarkable contributions to the game and the community will never be forgotten. His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come.
Rest in peace, Steve McMichael. I thought he was going to say
50
the
years
Pope, which I
ago,
was really confused.
with the 4th pick in the 1975 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears selected one of Steve McMichael's teammates and closest friends, Walter Payton, running back, Jackson State.
50th anniversary of Walter Payton's selection. 50 years ago.
Walter would go on to rush for nearly 17,000 yards and 110 touchdowns over 13 seasons, all with the Chicago Bears. As you heard earlier, the NFL continues to honor Sweetness, not only for his performance and excellence on the field, but also his commitment to give back to his community with the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft,
they just boo him immediately.
The Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland.
Whoa, what?
Michigan.
Not Warren?
Colston Loveland grew up on a farm in Bliss, Idaho, which has a population of 258.
That's not the best tight end on the
His
board!
first touchdown against Ohio State as a freshman. He caught 9
How are
in
you
the
not?
last 2 years. He caught 56 catches
That's
in 10 games
crazy.
last year, most by a
No,
tight
but
end in
that's
school history,
nuts.
a finalist for the Mackey Award. Mel, interesting that he goes ahead of Tyler Warren, who had been expected to be the first tight end.
Colts at 14.
Based on what?
Tyler Warren slides down to them a few picks from now. But look at Colston Loveland. His shoulder injury is going to be fine. Ready for camp. No issue there.
Oh my
quarterback
God.
from Michigan. With J.J. McCarthy moving on to the NFL.
Dude,
36 catches,
what?
season record for a tight end. So he was still
Walter
productive.
Payton
He
just
can
rolled in
stretch
his
the deep
grave.
middle.
So
He's
did
a
Steve
tremendous athlete.
McMichael.
Snatched the ball with his hands. Blocking needs to improve. But what do they want? They have Cole Kmet. They want a third.
He's not
receiving
bad, but he's not
option.
the best tight end on the
Anthony,
board.
What Brock Bowers was last year. You have DJ Moore.
Whatever.
You have Romo
You know what?
Lindsay for Caleb Williams.
Not my
Now
team.
you have
Not my
that
team,
big
not my
slot
problem.
receiver. He can get down the middle of the field, and he can make big catches, and he has run after the
Oh
catch
my,
ability.
what?
And Colston Loveland, Bo.
There's a Giants hold my beer. Dude, for real.
Defense at all 3 levels. Short,
Why?
intermediate, and he can go deep.
I
As a
like
defender, we don't
Loveland,
prepare
but
for
there's
tight ends to
one
go
is
30,
better
40,
than the
50
other.
yards down the field. He can do that.
He's skinny
Essentially,
too. He's
he
like
plays
Evan
like
Ingram,
a big wide receiver.
who's
You talk
like
about
good,
the matchup
but wasn't
problem.
good until
Give a
like year
young
4.
quarterback another chess piece to work with. This
Warren
is the
gonna be good,
ultimate.
like, out
I think
the
Sean
gate.
Payton calls him a joker. This is the ultimate joker. Now that Ben Johnson and the Chicago
R.I.P.
Bears
Steve McMichael, a
have
legend in the NFL, also a
the
member
thing
of the
about it,
4
Will, about
Horsemen
it, the fact that
in WCW.
even though he is such a great athlete and he comes off the ball so fast,
Mongo
and
will
can
be
really
missed.
stretch the middle of the field so
I do love me
quickly.
some Mongo.
If you go
Dang,
12 personnel,
I
right,
still
with 2
can't.
wide
I
receivers,
really,
2 tight
in
ends,
my
you
head,
go
I was
sub
for some
and
reason
put a
thinking
defensive back
that
on
Roger
the field.
Goodell was going to
This
say
guy
the Pope
will
like he had
maul
played
a
football.
defensive back in the
I
run
was like,
game.
there's no
If you
way,
go
really?
with a light block,
Steve
he goes
McMichael's a
able,
beast.
because he will block your rear end
Also, I
off.
was thinking
This is- look,
during
Ben
that,
Johnson, this is exactly
terms
the
of,
kind
like,
chess piece he wants, man.
Bears-
Caleb Williams too. He has to be looking at
Mount
him going,
Rushmore.
this is perfect.
Like, I think Peyton is on there for
Colston
sure.
Loveland, the
Like, it's like
third
what? Walter
tight end
Payton,
selected by the Bears in the first round since 1960. One of
Gale
them was Mike
Sayers, and like
Ditka
Singletary, I think. Maybe
1961.
someone else
The
can
Niners
swap in
will
for like
choose next
Sayers,
on
but I don't know.
ESPN.
That's what I would think. Like you need like, but like again, it's weird that a Bears Mount Rushmore could still arguably have like somehow more offensive players.
Is rich.
No more ads. No ads. Not gonna listen to that. I think it's like actually let's see what people are saying about like what a Bears Mount Rushmore would look like. Okay, no, like the okay, I should have specified Chicago Bears, not just a thing of Chicago Bears, Mount Rushmore. Okay, fine. Do you really want to type in Reddit? Like, that's what I would be typing in. No, not sports. Bears. Just Bears, brother. Of all-time Bear receivers, dude, there's like nobody. Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, no one else. Am I right on that? What was this? The Pope played 1 year back in 1950 with the Lions. He was mostly using wishbone formations as a blocker, but he will be missed. Yeah, it was he'd run those Spider 2Y banana. I used to spam that all the time, man. That's what it is. Yeah, okay. Butkus. That's who I was missing. I was thinking Sayers, and then George Hallis. Okay, that makes sense. As like a coach, I was thinking just player. Oh, I guess he was a player. In terms of electricity, though, I feel like it's Peyton and Gale. So yeah, it's Ditka, Peyton, Butkus, and Hallis. Why does Mike... I'm just looking at this now. Hold on. I'm gonna real quick do this real quick. What am I doing? I want to real quick change it. Why is it that Mike Ditka, I don't know if y'all seen Invincible, kind of looks like Omni-Man or Conquest right now? I don't know why it was the first thing I thought of, but he looks like he's gonna beat the crap out of me. Look at him, he's just so smug about it, like. I can't pull it off because I don't have the stash, but he looks so slick. He's like thinking, yes, I'm gonna trade all the Saints draft capital to go get Ricky Williams. That's what I'm thinking right now. Oh no, it got to me. It got to me. All right, let's see, Colston Loveland on the board officially. Oh my gosh. All right. So Loveland's next. 49ers at 11. Now, what's interesting is that George Kittle contract talks have not necessarily gone awry. They're just very far apart on any contract extensions. Could Warren be the pick here at 11? And they run 2 tight ends. Think about that. Now, because I did not think Warren was going to fall past Chicago, because I thought Chicago, not poop themselves and draft the guy that they probably should have had. But here we are. Now we're watching Colston Loveland now do what exactly? He looks like the man who just ripped the loudest fart, but no one can know where it came from. He did look like that. Hold on, let me pull that back up again. He's proud of it too. He's like, yeah, I got away with that. I got away with ripping a loud one. I wonder if that's ever happened. I wonder if, like, on air, like, these guys are commentating sports or something else, and it's just like, yeah, someone rips a fart. Like on Good Morning Football, Kyle Brandt just rips one loud and clear, but they can't say anything because they're like on broadcast. Like, dude, did you really just do that? Come on, KB. Like, what are you like, Shaq? You know Shaq's ripping him. You know Shaq rips him all the time. I have to imagine there's a clip out there where Shaq rips one. Like on the... Oh, shoot. Alright, they're about to announce the other pick. Why are they chanting? Oh, they're chanting USA because of the Marines. It was the Marines. If I missed who it was. One of our naval divisions.
Women who serve in the United States military for
military,
your
okay, just military in general.
To defend our country's
yeah, true.
freedom.
Respect your veterans. Respect your veterans. Fought for this country, man. Like the ones that actually fought, though.
Pick
Not
in
the
the
ones that
2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Michael Williams, defensive end, Georgia.
Okay, Georgia. I heard Georgia is probably fine. Javon Walker's still on the board.
Came in the SEC title game against Texas.
Okay, so they get another edge defender. How is it that every time San Francisco in the first round somehow takes a pass rusher?
As a true freshman and still
The last 10 years, like how many has it been? It's somebody on the D-line almost every time.
Yeah, you had a high grade going into the
That's
season.
how like the 1 year where it was Brandon Ayuk.
Ankle injury,
It's been Eric Armstead or Trey Lance, I guess. But like I feel like Eric Armstead. I remember Javon Kinlaw. I remember Solomon Thomas with the 3rd overall pick. This is Michael Williams now. Nick Bosa. Like they draft pass rusher a lot. They draft a bunch of them.
They need to do is get a more repertoire of moves.
And wait, Dallas has less than a minute. Is Dallas? If Dallas, it's not gonna happen. But oh my god, I think it'd be so funny if Dallas missed their pick. They got like 50 seconds left. Oh my gosh. Can Dallas miss their pick? Dang it! No, they got it in 45 seconds. Ah, they would have been clowned on. It would have been hilarious with Brian Schottenheimer, year 1. I mean, Michael Williams is good. I mean, it's just a Georgia. Any Georgia player probably is gonna be good. You just assume they're gonna be somewhat decent. It's hard for them to be bad. Cowboys can do the funniest thing right here in Draft Sanders. Please, that'd be hilarious. That would be very funny. But I do kind of want to... Oh, gosh, wow. Does Shedeur Sanders go beat Dak Prescott for the starting job after they just traded for Joe Milton? Oh, my gosh. There's a local dude up here who called Mars basketball on the radio, and you would hear something like water being poured, turned on. Turned out dude would piss into a water jug during free throw. Nah, what? You gotta have a silencer, man. You gotta... Why doesn't he just, like on the... Does he not turn off his mic? He would just let it run. I need to see the collection. Oh my gosh. I feel like for most people, they gotta just hold it. Like, I imagine most people hold it, but I guess some can't. They just gotta... You gotta go, you know? It doesn't work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Ugh. Okay. And here comes Dallas. Oh, let's hear the boos. Let's hear the boos.
Make the selection.
Boo Dallas! Everybody does it. Immediate boos. They're still booing
in
him.
the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
Okay, that's a logical pick. Bama guard. Zach Martin just retired. Tyron Smith is just not available. And also retired, but wasn't on the Cowboys, I guess. Yeah, they need to revamp their O-line a little bit.
Headed down to the IMG Academy where he was coached by former
I think they would have wanted McMillan if McMillan was there at 12, but Booker's not bad. I've always liked the Booker, like the last name Booker, just because he's the Suns guy, and I like Devin Booker. But
when you go up against Tyler
gosh,
Booker,
he's got a big brown jacket. He's
up.
so excited. Oh my gosh! I get it, dude.
He was in pass protection.
You get to play for the Cowboys, gotta be big.
Now he's phone booth guy. You want movement? It's got to be scheme fit. Movement's not his game.
Never mute himself. Just let it rip.
How
did that get found out? Was that just people put the dots together, or he was just like, what? Someone said something, and he's like, I gotta complete.
I think he has that kind of potential as a guard if you use him the right way.
That's crazy.
His power, his ability to take a man and move that man against his will. That's what the offensive lineman try to do. He can do that with the best of ingredients.
Alright. I wonder who else does that. Maybe they do it quietly. Maybe they have like a straw, like a tube attached, and it just
This is a neat
goes
pick. I
where it
think he's
needs
the
to
best
go.
guard in the draft, and it fits what
It
the Cowboys had
disappears.
to do.
But building
Love Sanders still the 24th best player available, and Walker's still on the board. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't take Javon Walker. I don't know why no one's taking Javon Walker. This feels like a Derwin James slide, like from a few years ago. Like, it just feels weird that there's like a really good player on the board, and they're just like, no, thanks. We don't want the Georgia linebacker. Okay, there's been too many of them. We don't need them. They're too good, folks. We don't need Georgia linebackers anymore. It's not important. Georgia players no longer good. Like any Georgia, most Bama players, it's expected that like you're gonna be, you're not, you may not be like a Hall of Famer, but you're expected to not be a bum. So Dallas does need a guard though. It just feels 12 was a little earlier than I think I saw in most drafts. I didn't make a draft, but Sanders falls one more spot though, and here comes the Pittsburgh quarterback room of Shedeur Sanders and Aaron Rodgers. It'll happen. It's on its way. Oh, so there were students who would call games. They had the teacher doing stats. The teacher looked over after hearing it and caught him. What do you do if you get caught? Do you finish? Do you just stop like instantly, or do you just say they found the mute after that? I would hope so. Would call game. They had the teacher doing stats. So wait, the students would call games and they had the teacher doing stats. Okay. Wait, was this a one-time thing where they did it? Or, like, were they always doing this? Like, and then one time the teacher just walked in on them at the bad time. Huh. I can't believe that. I get it. The other thing about that is, for me, personally, I have found that I have gotten slightly, not guess I'm incredible at this, but I'm slightly preventing myself from like going. Like I go, and then if I need to stop for some reason, like somebody's trying to walk in, I forgot to lock the door, I can stop. But I know some people that just can't stop. But once they start, just don't got the skill, didn't practice. So maybe like I'm wondering if the teacher walked in and he just has to finish. You know, there was no expectation for him not to. All right. All right, 12 picks in. There are 20 more to go, and it has been an hour and a half. But we stay grinding. We don't stop. I'm not stopping. We will not stop. They would rotate students for sports broadcasting, and the teacher was always there to lend a hand. This was dude's third or fourth. Okay. So third or fourth game. Gotcha. All right. He got away with it for 2 whole games. That's. Okay. I wonder if there was like a student who caught him before the teacher, and the student was just like, "I'm not dealing with this. Like, I ain't gonna say nothing. Just a secret between you and me, old man. You know, like I got you. Do your thing." What the? Oh my. Mace. Oh yeah, I forgot this Thunderbolts movie is getting way closer than I thought. I hope it's good. I'm worried that it's just not gonna be good, and it's just gonna be Marvel poopy again. Not great. I'm always worried. What the? Dolphins pick is about to be in. Once this commercial break cuts back, we're about to find out who it is. Imagine this. Is it Shedeur Sanders? Will it be Shedeur Sanders this time? We're about to find out. My gosh, I am sweating. Ah! Like, it's so hot in this room right now. Also, I'm going to say this. Something crazy happened earlier before stream, like a couple hours earlier. For some reason, our power here just went out for literally just 1 second. Just 1 second. I've never had that happen before. Like, I've had power go out, but it's like out for an extended period of time. Like damages to a telephone pole or, you know, intense weather. But I have never had it gone out for just a second, which makes me wonder if there was some bozo who just decided to, you know, just accidentally turn off our power or just troll us, you know? Like, I would have been like, okay, that's not cool. That's a little cringe of you, buddy. Turning off our power like that. Like, Homer Simpson, like, SpongeBob SquarePants just completely messing up for no reason whatsoever. Actually, I shouldn't say about SpongeBob. SpongeBob very rarely messes up. But Homer Simpson, 100% just gone. Our power went out and cut back because it was 81 degrees. I guess that's true. It was really warm today. It was like 80 out here too, but still, like, it just went out for like a second. Like, how does that? I don't know. I guess I'm neither an electrician nor an engineer. I do not fully I used to be, and then I just forgot all that information. But I guess it was really hot today. It's still hot now. Like, it's 9:30. It's pitch black out, and yet it's still hot out. Well, hold on. I'm checking the weather. Time to check the weather. It's 60. You know what? I'm going to open a window because it is hot. Oh, shoot. The pick. Ba, 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 ba.
With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
The other defensive tackle.
One of the stars of the national title team 2 years ago, an All-American this past year. Great size in the middle of that D-line, over 330 pounds, runs well, brings plenty of experience. Melly played in 41 games at Michigan.
Yeah, I think 30 on a big board. I think when you look at the fluctuation,
so two defensive tackles from Michigan in the top 15 of picks. Technically 13. 15 sounds nicer.
That's an issue. I think when he plays it the right way, he can be a guy.
Wait, so now the Colts are just going to get the best tight end in the draft right now. Look at that. Immediately. Immediate pick was him. They knew they were going to get What? Why are the Bears throwing? A lot of my day off. My youngest came home at him running me out beers the rest of the day. That's the dream. You know what? That's the dream right there. Some people I've seen like some, like Liz's video a long time ago where this one person had to train their dog to A, open the door, B, grab a beer, and C, bring it out. And I need to have a dog like that. I need me a dog like that. I need me a good boy like that. Headphones back on. Pick is in for Indianapolis, and I gotta tell you, it's gonna be Tyler Warren. Alright, now we can see Kenneth Grant. Yeah, I think they drafted Kenneth Grant with this pick too because no Christian Wilkins. Right, we're out Christian Wilkins. There's no... He's been in Las Vegas. I don't even think he was healthy last year. He played like 2 games. But they don't have any beef on that D-line. So, it makes sense that they got their boy. He's a big boy. Yeah, had the rope. Yeah. Like he'd have like a rope on the fridge, pull it open, bam, grab a beer. Easy. I need that. I need that. Also, not necessarily draft related, but NFL related. Tyler Lockett signs with Tennessee, right? And basically what happens is that this is now a player in a long list of players signed by the Titans that are actively long gone from their prime. Like Randy Moss, and Julio Jones, and Andre Johnson, and Adrian Peterson, and DeAndre Hopkins, and Calvin Ridley. And there are just so many of them. I don't know how Tennessee does it. All right, hold on. Colts pick.
With the 14th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Warren, tight end.
How, as the Chicago Bears, did you not take Tyler Warren, who is the better tight end?
Warren is the best tight end
in
the
never
States.
understand it.
Rich football history. He won the
best tight
Mackey
end,
Award as
best
the
tight end
nation's
on like
top
almost
tight end
every board, and
last year,
Chicago's like,
catching 104
no.
passes, Mel,
The only
in what
reason I
proved
can
to be a
think
16-game
is because
season for
technically
that
they
line.
also have Cole
He had a
Kmet,
lot of receptions
and
during
Cole
the year
Kmet
'cause
is
Theo Johnson
fine.
was there, became a New
Like,
York
good,
Giant. Theo Johnson
decent.
did that.
And they can
Opened
transition
up
and
the
be the
opportunity
starter
for
at some
Tyler
point
Warren
later.
to become a focal point in this
But do you
offense.
really
He
think
was a
that
chess piece. They
that
were
is
creatively utilizing him in a
like,
lot of ways. He was a wildcat quarterback. He was a quarterback.
breaking my
left-handed
brain.
quarterback, southpaw in high
Keep
school.
it
Great
simple,
basketball
kiss.
player in high
Keep
school.
it simple,
Contested
stupid.
catches go his way. He's
And
got
yet you
strong hands,
overcomplicate
excellent
it by
hand-eye
taking the guy that you
coordination.
think's
He's a
gonna have the higher
powerful young
ceiling,
man.
but you don't
Running the
even
football
know that.
after the catch, run with that football. He's a fullback. He is a powerful guy.
Look at
He
that.
can't tackle.
One-handed
One guy cannot
catch,
get him
took a
down.
shot,
He'll catch it off the
ready to go
shoulder.
in.
Give
Look at
Lathan
him
Ransom,
run block.
the safety from Ohio
This is
State.
like a
Like I
joke.
said,
This is
he
the next
came
Kittle.
through. He threw
And they just
passes
let him,
this year.
you know, they said
Throwing
no.
passes.
No, we'll
H-back,
take the Evan Ingram
tight
looking
end.
guy.
He can do so many things as that versatile chess
I don't
piece.
get it.
That's why I thought he may have been a New York Jet. They pass on Bowers, now they pass on Warren for the O-lineman, and that allows a guy like Tyler Warren, after
No,
Loveland
it's
went a little
wait,
earlier,
hold on. Wasn't
Tyler
Kyle
Warren goes to the
Brady
Colts, and a major
a
need for
tight
them
end?
was tight end.
That's what they drafted him for, right? Like when the Jets drafted, they drafted Kyle Brady to be a tight end. Like that's what he was in the position. So now the Jets pass on Brock Bowers in last year's draft. And now they pass on an opportunity to take Tyler Warren, another tight end. And Brock Bowers was already probably one of the best rookie tight end seasons we've ever seen. So Tyler Warren and maybe Loveland just kind of ball? Because the Jets are cursed for all eternity? Forever? Is that the play? Is that what NFL Jesus is doing right now? A Penn State tight. Aren't there a bunch? I feel like there's always a Penn State tight end. Fryer. I might be wrong on Freiermuth, but no. Jesse James, former Steeler guy, was a Penn State tight end. I think Freiermuth was also Penn State? Am I crazy, chat? Am I freaking out? Yeah, he was Penn State. I mean, I would have loved to get another Penn State tight end in Pittsburgh. No, we all know the real school that has the tight end and that's Iowa. Iowa just builds them tough. So we have now gone through 14. Oh my gosh, there's still so many picks. Just want to get to Pittsburgh, please. If Pittsburgh trades back, I'm going to bed. I go to bed the second it happens, right? That's exactly what's going to happen. I just go straight to bed once Pittsburgh's picked. Because I just need to see Shedeur. I need to see Shedeur get drafted, and then I can go to bed. I can just watch it on my, I'll just know what happens in the morning. That's the play. That's the dream. All right, I will be back. I need to grab another beer and order some food in the meantime. So that'll be the play. Ah! Return of the back. All right. And Atlanta is still deciding what draft bust they're probably going to take. Although it sucks, though, because I thought they were going to take Walker. So wait, they're going to take Javon Walker. That's Atlanta's pick. It's got to be the Georgia guy. It's Atlanta. It's Georgia. It's a defensive player, which Lord knows they need. That Kerry Collins, Kyle Brady dream team up there at Penn State. Oh my gosh. Wait, Kyle Brady went at Penn State? Am I crazy? No way. I did not know that he was Penn State. No shot. The Jets passing on a Penn State tight end. Wow. That's why, actually. They were scared. They were just really scared. They didn't want to repeat history, so they made new history. Instead of taking a Penn State tight end that'd be a bust, they're going to pass on a Penn State tight end that's going to be a legend. Boom. Boom. Easy. Look at that. We all knew. This is the Jets' plan. Oh no, Atlanta's running out of time. They've only got 48 seconds. Oh wait, are they going to make a trade? Could this be the second big trade of the draft? Because they are taking their sweet time. How do they calculate that? ESPN draft day predictor. Less than a 1% chance he'd be available to your team. Like what? Those calculations. That being said, he should be taken right here. He should 100% be right here. Y'all hear that? That's a beer. That's a beer. Mel's rank. I like how it's like Mel Kiper's rank means everything. Mel Kiper knows everything, folks. Mel Kiper knows his... Well, I like there was once beef between Mel Kiper and like the Colts GM or the former Colts GM / owner. You know, who the hell is Mel Kiper anyway? You know, we don't have to say who Mel Kiper says we have to take. That was just funny. They were both wrong. Like they were both like what he loved Jim Harbaugh or whatever, and I don't know. So some debate. They were both so wrong. It was funny. They're home. That doesn't look like their home. That looks like a tent. Oh my gosh, that's a long tent. That's kind of sick. There was also, I saw something where maybe we talked about it on the show. There was there's a house like right where Lambeau is. And basically the math was made out where you can rent out that area of the house you own for people to park, and you could just make money from September to potentially all the way through January by letting people pay for parking right there. And it was like, I think the property was for sale. I was thinking, like, wait a second. Genius. Yeah, 100% Javon Walker. I think Javon Walker needs to be played here.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, defensive end, Georgia.
Oh, Jalon? Is that how they say it? Jalen? I've been saying Jalon. That looks like Jalon. It's J-A-L-O-N. Jalon Walker. Okay, Jalen. Sure. Just spelling it. How many ways are there to spell Jalen? Now, apparently there's now, what, 4? We got J-A-Y-L-E-N, we got J-A-L-E-N, we got J-A-L-O-N, we got, I don't know, what else? J-A-L-J-Y-L-N-N, we got J-A-Y-L-O-N, like, we got them all. So that the Infinity Stone's a way to spell Jalen. That being said, Atlanta needed a pass rusher. I think the only pass rusher I know that's been ever good for them for even like any amount of time, like Vic Beasley, and I think there was one other guy before.
He's an off-the-ball linebacker, but the best thing that he does is rush on the edge. Very, very
Because that 1 year Adrian Claiborne had like 6 sacks in one game.
His ability to line up at multiple positions and wreak havoc.
I guess there was Calais Campbell for like
he can
one
play on the
season,
ball,
but I mean,
but he was absolutely
really like
dynamite coming off the edge. Just ask the Texas Longhorns. They could not do anything with him. You're going to block him with a tight end, a guard, a tackle. It does not matter. Heavy hand. And at another.
All right, Shedeur gets 1 pick closer. And we wait. And I'm telling you right now, if we get to pick 21 and I hear the name Jackson Dart, I'm going to throw my chair across the room. It's going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. I'd rather not throw my chair, but like I'll crash out. Because Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback out of both Jackson Dart and Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is like a project. I'm not trying to... I just don't think you draft him at the 21st pick. And Jackson Dart just to me is like a Paxton Lynchy, Zach Wilson, Josh Rosen. Like I think it just screams bust. Oh, he looks like a beast. Where? That's a cool build. Oh, is that like a patio up? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of fans. Oh shoot, how's the Knicks Pistons game? I actually do want to see... Oh wait, are Knicks winning or losing? I gotta check on that, because I actually do kind of have stake in that game. Not that I bet on it, I just think the Pistons are going to win the series, and Oh, Knicks are up 6. Okay, Knicks are going to close it out, I assume. They're up 6 with 16 seconds to play. Dang. Yeah, they just missed a shot. Dang, man. Oh, the Detroit Pistons were going to... Whoa. The thing came loose. Forget how much this chair, like, sucks. I need to get a new chair. It's, like, falling apart. Phil Crash out coming soon. Yeah, maybe. It better not be Jackson Dart. I can survive. I'll be less upset if it's Jalen Milroe. But if it is Jackson Dart, I'm going to need a dart. Like, I'm going to need 3 darts to just relax. Ugh. It ain't a darty without Jackson. Like, I saw, like, I don't know if you watch, like, the Bleacher Report. They do, like, the Gridiron Heights little, like, clips. It's, like, cartoon animated stuff. That was the line they used for Jackson Dart. Like, when they do all the rookie quarterbacks, they make him talk like babies. So he sounds like that. Like, and it's not, you can't have a darty without Jackson. And I'm like, dude, yes you can. You're not that guy. I know he, like, didn't say it, but just makes me, just gives me such Zach Wilson energy. I think he's funny. He's like a super big Star Wars guy, but, like, I don't, with all due respect, loving Star Wars doesn't mean, like, that you're going to be goated at the quarterback position. You'd be great to hang out with. I'd love to go out to a bar with you. That being said, we could go see, like, a Star Wars movie. You know, that could be cool. But we're not winning a Super Bowl with a guy who likes his eye black on because he thinks he's Anakin Skywalker. Respectfully, it's cool, but I don't want Jackson. Oh, Matthew Golden. I didn't even have him going at 17 if he goes here. Because I think it was closer to, like, more like the Rams-Texans area. Like one of those two picks. But, and yes, Jonathan Gannon, the James Murray of the Arizona Cardinals, which, you know, can mean other things now, but it's because he looks like James Murray of Impractical Jokers. It's not because he, you know, is a creep. It's just because he looks like him. Well, I don't know. Maybe let's hope Jonathan Gannon is not a creep. Everyone have a prayer. All right, pick is about to be in, so I'm gonna. At 16. Here comes the commissioner.
Pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, Mississippi.
Walter Nolan. Well, it was not a name that was
in 2 colleges, first at Texas A&M,
on the top
then
of
an
my
outstanding
head.
season at Ole Miss with 6.5 sacks, where he was a
Lincoln
consensus
Walter Nolan,
All-American and
he's a dog. I actually didn't know Walter Nolan, unless you had that pick, unless you already knew that pick was coming, Jay.
Mason Graham, who we really like, had in 2 seasons
I really
combined.
like,
So for Walter Nolan, the talent, I like the versatility.
I mean, I didn't know,
you can move him around, and he can be disruptive.
Mississippi
And I think the fit, you have Calais Campbell back in Arizona to mentor.
They're giving him a
Walter
comp
Nolan.
of
So I think from the
Campbell,
standpoint of developing
which, I mean, that's a
young
good
player,
comp to have.
Teaching him right, making him understand what
Calais
it takes
is
to be
a
a
beast.
professional football player.
I've always
This
liked
is, I
Calais
think, what
Campbell.
Walter Nolan needs that will benefit him in his career.
And I think the Calais Campbell part is really necessary because Walter Nolan can be as good
Let's
as
see
he
some
wants
of
to
this.
be.
Let's see
He
some of
can
this.
be dominant,
Okay, we're
Brady.
not going to
He
see
has
tape. We're just
multiple
going to see the
position
draft room.
versatility, but I'd line him up in 3 techniques because a guy like this has to get vertical, that can hit gaps and get to the quarterback. When you pick a defensive tackle this high,
The
you're expecting impact play.
I still can't believe Travis Patty's in
You want sacks, you
Jacksonville.
won't cause fumble. He's the twitchiest defensive tackle in the draft. He's got that He can get upfield and get around the offensive guards and get to the quarterback. My only problem with it is I didn't see it consistently enough. He was a 5-star. He was,
he was at Texas A&M in 2022.
He's been
Gotcha.
the guy for a long time. He's worn that burden. So now, as he takes it to the next level, can we get?
Why are they showing film from? Okay. I don't know what that was about.
That was the thing, right? I mean, and I
Got
hate
him.
saying consistency when it comes to players, right? Because
Yoink.
not every player does it all the time. You just want to see that
now Cincinnati's on the board. Let's have the Bengals draft me right now. Honestly, I think that's the ideal pick. Bengals draft me at 17 overall, and they're bad, and they stay bad, you know, and they just get worse because I'm their 17th overall pick. I make a lot of money, the Bengals get worse, and everybody wins. Everybody wins.
If he can just smooth that out.
That's what I would like. I think that'd be perfect. Okay, I still also don't understand. Hold on, I have to look something up now because I better not be his real name. Better not be his real name. It is? It's not. His name's Anthony. Okay, they call him Booger McFarland, right? And I gotta. I was a bad kid getting a lot of wild stuff. I used to get called. So his childhood nickname is Booger. I don't know. Booger McFarland was like a weird Monday Night Football analyst. Now he's just kind of an analyst in general. People did not like him for like actually being an analyst on Monday Night Football. They like protested that. They hated it. But his name is just Booger. Like the way he says it is he was a bad kid getting into a lot of wild stuff. If you get called Booger, I think it just means you picked your nose a lot. And you got caught picking your nose a lot. Like, that's the reason that stuck. I don't know what to tell you. And the fact that it's carried into your life where you're an ESPN analyst, I mean, sure. But we know what Booger means. Yo, yeah, the Booger Cam? That was terrible. The Booger Cam. Like, it's just a bad idea. Everything about it screams that it's a bad idea. And it is. Henry's girlfriend will be Opalaka having trains ran like the MTA in New York within a month. Jacksonville's a place where careers go to die. Oh, Hunter's girlfriend. I heard Henry. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, look at Trevor Lawrence. I still think... What was he would wipe his boogers on the players he was defending. Really? So he would just play football, pick his nose... Wow. That would get in some whack headspace. I would punch him. I don't know how you just don't hit him. This is disrespectful. Like, I get you trying to get in my head. Don't get your nasty germs on me. I don't know where your nose has been, where your fingers have been. That's so gross. That's just disgusting. But Hunter's girlfriend is 100% gonna get ran. There's gonna be a couple things are gonna happen. Let's just say that. Things may or may not happen. Will they? Is what it is. But like that happened with Travis. You had Travis Hunter's girlfriend. You had CeeDee Lamb when he snatches the phone. Just such a... My gosh. Oh my. So we are... Oh God, I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous. I'm worried because Cleveland made a trade with Jacksonville. They might want to trade up here to like with Denver or with Seattle. I'll say this. If we don't take a quarterback, that'll be like worst case scenario. Unless we take Jalen Milroe second round. If we take like... He gonna rock cleats on Players Weekend with her OnlyFans on it. That's how bad it is going to get. My cleats, my cause. Hold on. Pause. My cleats. My cleats, my cause. Wow. It's just... Oh, God. That is... That's a foul thing to have that be the case. Oh my gosh, that would be wild. Yellow? Oh my, hold on. I gotta put the audio on. Hey, buddy. Holy crap, guest appearance from Tav Smith. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold on, who are the Bengals gonna take? Hold on, I have to hear this.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. Okay, that's not too bad. I heard a lot of people say he was overrated.
John Stewart? John Stewart?
No, Shamar Stewart. But sure, John Stewart. Black Green Lantern. Exactly.
Let's go. Or the host of The Daily Show.
Oh yeah, how do you? Well, Tav. Interesting pick the Jets made. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. Initially, I hated it, but then I just realized it was unexciting. You know, we're still gonna scoop up Dallas Goedert, and yeah.
We're gonna scoop up.
We can easily, or we can easily get a tight end in the.
All right, man. That's sick. You know, I was talking about it. So, fun fact, years ago in the 90s, the Jets could have taken Warren Sapp. But they took a Penn State tight end named Kyle Brady. So now, I think they were just scared to take Warren. They didn't want to screw it up again and take another Penn State tight end. And they just decided to change history. They're going to instead take a lineman and miss out on a Hall of Fame tight end in the form of Tyler Warren. You and the Bears in the same boat. Except the Bears actually took a different tight end. Who's, I think, worse.
Next year, it's not going to happen twice. Okay?
What? What do you mean?
You said Tyler Warren is a Hall of Fame tight end.
He could be. He looks like a Kittle, man. He looks like George Kittle. The way he
I wish we took him. I wish we took him. But we didn't, and that's okay.
Is it though?
There will be more years. The O-line is bolstered, brother.
Yeah, but is it though?
Yeah,
but is it though?
It totally is, man. You're tweaking and geeking.
I'm not tweaking and geeking. What is... Hold on, I need to... I'm about to get this guy's camera on display, because it looks...
Hello.
Hold on.
Hello.
You know what?
Hello.
Stop that.
Hello. Hello.
You keep saying hello, I'm not... You're not
Bolbedo. Bolbedo. Hello. Bolbedo. We've been expecting you.
You ain't helping nobody,
Throughout your quest for the crown of gems, Bolbedo has faced many trials and tribulations.
production that hasn't always lined up to it, but a player we did expect to hear his name early tonight.
Dude, I got a haircut today, and not fucking with it.
I saw it. I see it in the camera. That's really why I want to get your face on the Seattle
Seahawks.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really that bad. No.
It's not that.
Your personal finances.
It's not that bad.
Personal.
Come on.
Money as a tool.
It's not that bad, bro.
Because the most important thing isn't what you plan.
No, I'm not sure about that. I wasn't sure about that, but I asked people on the street. I was like, yo, did the barber fuck me up? And they were like, no. And they were Philadelphia.